In the summer of 2019, Gestalt therapist and educator Neela Miller, also known as Marley Bellina in Second Life, instructed 3 trainees in a course in symbolic modeling. Participants learned about the principles behind Symmod and both observed and practiced symbolic modeling from the facilitator's perspective. Symbolic modeling is a complex approach grounded in Gestalt and field theories. During the training, Marley elaborates on these topics and helps future facilitators understand the sound psychological and educational principles that make Symmod effective.
The definition of a Gestalt: the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. But by exploring each of the parts and reintegrating them into your being, you come up with a whole that is greater than what you initially started with, a greater understanding than maybe what you were noticing when you first built the object. So now you can see that a Gestalt is emerging. It's not just one piece or 2 piece or 3 piece. All of these parts are expressing aspects of cats that are being worked out, and they all have different functions. And as she speaks about each one of them, she makes discoveries about what that piece is doing there and what its function is.
There's a vast difference between the client and guide's roles during a Symmod exercise. Trainees take their first steps into a guide's shoes by watching Marley conduct Symmod exercises. During each exercise, Marley explains her thought processes for each step she takes as the guide.
There is a difference in quality characteristics between green and yellow, and you mentioned that. Yellow lightens you up, and green sometimes you might need to provide a cover for yellow. Now, if we were going to go more deeply into this, we could investigate that. Like, when does cats need lightening up? And when does she need to have a cover? So there are your metaphors. I'm talking to you guys as a trainer, but if I were talking with cats about this, I might make the observation, gee, thus far there seems to be just about no conflict. And then I would just be quiet. In other words, I wouldn't direct her to find the conflict in that piece. I would make that observation because I'm not putting anything extra in that she hasn't told us already.
After observing Marley as facilitator, the trainees are ready to practice as guides. Practice, practice, practice. Before the trainings end, students also design their own Symmod event and facilitate Marley and their classmates through the experience.
As you take a look at your picture, what is drawing your energy right now? So that's a beginning thing. Now, I'm going to turn this over to you, Katz and Elise. We can take turns on this. You can decide if somebody has an intervention or a question. You just indicate it and we'll go from there. But that's always a starting place. As you look at your picture, what is flirting with you? What's drawing your attention at this moment? What are a couple of different interventions you could make? Since this is a training class, we might have more than one thing because I want you to have an opportunity to formulate your questions. And remember that there's no one right way. What might you put out to Elise at this moment?
Well, one possibility would be to ask Elise, would you speak as that part of your picture?
Exactly, that's one. What would be another one, Val?
Can you ask at that point, how do you feel when you are observing that part?
Okay, all right, great. Or even how do you feel as that part? Or how does your body feel when it looks at that part?
Right.
All of those are ways in.
I am a single object. I have 3 distinct parts. Coming out of my center is a symmetrical pyramid hourglass part of the object, and it is a lighter gray.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt. Val, you should be guiding her in as black I am, as gray I am, instead of it
Okay, remember that you are speaking as the object then, so,
Whenever you hear it, it's a clue for you.
okay.